Hello everyone. I'm enjoying the gorgeous temperatures outside here in Pryor. The wind though is playing havoc on my hair. See the rainbow tree in the background? So if you ever visit, no matter where I'm at, where the sanctuary will be located, that tree will be with us. It was donated. I'm going to start printing out paws. I think because paws can be used year round, like cat paws. And that's what our needs will be posted on, like sort of like an angel tree, except it's a cat tree. So what's going on? A lot. So we did have a car donated. We did have a car donated, so that has helped 100% being more mobile. Okay, so the first update is on Georgette. She seems to be a little bit slower today, and then I helped her with a rather large bowel movement. She's doing great again. You know, I always feel sort of down when I'm full of... Never mind. Anyway, she goes back to the vet Thursday for a recheck. And to check her leg, check her bowels. Her stomach's not feeling as firm, so it's not as full or impacted with feces, so that's great. So I'm sure most of you had seen, I took in 4 baby kittens. 2 of them were just 3 days old, 2 of them 3 weeks. I've reached out to other rescues, and another lady said that she does have a foster, but it'll be a couple days before she can take them. I asked her how many, and she's taken all of them. Bless the person taking them. I'm telling you, that feeding them every 2 hours is rough. Especially when they're trying new crazy drugs that's supposed to make you sleep. Anyway, so the items that people have ordered and having shipped here, that part of them will go with the kittens, just because she'll be caring for the kittens as a foster care. And part of them, since so many people was gracious enough to order and have delivered, part of them will stay here for future kittens. So tomorrow I'll be fundraising in the morning, and then I'm going to go help this wonderful lady. She has over 100 cats, and I don't know how she does it. I know how hard it is to get volunteers, and of course she's having the same issue. So I've always said rescues work together, the cats benefit. So I'm going to go out and help her with the kitties. I'm taking some fabric to redo a couple cat trees. I will be brushing them out, trying to get rid of some of the mats, because there's a couple older ones, and you know, of course, longer hair, older cats, hello, have issues with their fur. So I'm going to go help her tomorrow afternoon, and then Wednesday I've got my itinerary written up here. Okay, so I need to get in the habit of doing a monthly inventory. So I will be doing that Wednesday, posting the inventory of what we have and what we need. And I'll start doing that either the last day of the month or the first day of the month, depending on how everything's going. That's Wednesday. And of course, fundraising. Thursday, we take Georgette back to the vet, fundraising, and my shrink appointment. In previous videos, I've told you I'm a crazy cat lady. For real. We are trying me on some new medication. Not working out the greatest, so we're going to work on that as well. And Friday, I'm setting up the yard sale again. The yard sale will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will share a picture of that flyer. The 3 flyers that I'm handing out fundraising, I will share. One of them discusses pretty much this, what I've spoken on, what I want the sanctuary to be. And the last one is the levels and names of donations. But that wonderful lady that I'm going to help tomorrow made a suggestion. And the more I think about it, the more I absolutely love the idea. And that's for a cat cemetery. It's starting to rain. Let's get back here out of the rain. There are so many people that live in apartments or somewhere where they can't bury their loved animals. And don't really have the funds to cremate every one of them. And even if you cremate them, then you could need the storage space to put the boxes. And so I think that's a wonderful idea. I think we may set off like a ½ acre just for the public to use as a cemetery where they can come and visit the cats or kittens, whatever the case may be, when, you know, just because they are our loved ones, and when we mourn them, we want to be close to them. So I love that idea. And then the shade from the tree. But anyway, the sanctuary ideas are still standing, where I'm wanting to get 10 acres. It will be drawn up as the director. I will live in the house in lieu of payment for 5 years, and the rent will be $1 a year. And then in 5 years, we'll readdress it, see where we stand at that. But with that being said, there will still be sick rooms, kitten rooms, whatever is needed will be in the house. And there's that. There will be the kennel, drop in. No judgment. I'm not judging anyone. I would rather the cats be dropped off in the kennel where they are safe, and I can get them the medical care that's needed, instead of being dropped out in the country to a certain death. If they're younger than 4 weeks, I will ask that you let me know, because I need to lay eyes on them immediately. So that's pretty much the only request I have. There will be paper there for people to fill out information if they so choose to. Don't require it. It would be nice to know a cat's history, so I don't waste funds having tests run that's already been run if somebody knows something. So, like I said, it's not a judgment thing. Hard times happen. I get it. So, yeah. We got to go in. It's raining. I'm getting wet. It will take a minute. I'm still in pretty good amounts of pain from my rib. Let go of the paper. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. Okay. I know. Of course, they're standing here telling me hello as soon as I walk in the door. Where was I? Oh, the sanctuary items that we're going to have. So that's the drop pen. I want an area, at least a room, if not several, for low-cost spay and neuters, vaccine clinics, and then the medical care for the cats in our care. Because if we can get them fixed so the overpopulation can calm down, that's only going to benefit the babies. There will be a building / catio, much like the premise of Furball Farm Sanctuary in Minnesota. I want the main area for the friendlies and adoptable ones where they just have run of the building and outside area. And then the rest of the acreage, minus the cemetery, would be fully enclosed, all sides, and roof. I wanted about, I'm thinking 10 foot high, and possibly leave a couple smaller trees and cut them down to, say, 7 foot high. And that way the cats will still have somewhere to climb, but still be fully enclosed. And there'll be feeding stations and shelters placed periodically. And if I could get the land, if it has like any streams, there'll be bridges, there'll be trails to walk on. People can donate funds for the name of the benches and picnic tables. And then I eventually want fruit trees for people to have access to as they're walking through the trails out in the feral area. And be a part with them as they live their life the way that they want to. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's... So that's pretty much what the sanctuary will be. And I'm going to be going to all of the businesses eventually in Mays, Rogers, and other surrounding counties when I figure out where they're at and what they are. I'm sorry, I'm not from here. But I want to focus on Mays County first because that's where I've started. And y'all, I say I a lot, but it's actually the board. You know, I am the spokesperson, the founder, the caregiver, so I say I a lot. But it is a group of people, and they probably be more once the sanctuary is up and running, to where the feral part would have a board and possibly even a new name, or turn the feral fur babies into the sanctuary and come up with a name for the friendlies. Friendly felines, or I don't know. I'd have to think about it further on down the road. But I'm also trying to find a small car, because even with my ribs hurting, if I find a small car, then I could do some of these deliveries like for Walmart, or, you know, just trying to make funds until I can get back to my normal job, which is more physical. Very physically demanding work is what I'm used to. But that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or comments or even concerns, please reach out. Like I said, I will post all of that stuff after I feed the kittens. I hear them in there, and it's probably about that time. So I need to go feed them, and I hope y'all have a great night. Hugs and purrs. Okay, go away. It says slow connection. There we go. Finish.